Hello, English learners, and welcome back to English Podcast Rise. I am James, and I am truly pleased to have you joining us today. As you know, real conversations are one of the most powerful methods to build your fluency, comprehension, and confidence in English. Today's episode presents a serious, real-life conversation between Michael and Dr. Laura, a natural speaking practice focused on a visit to the doctor for a general health checkup. Please focus on listening first to catch the pronunciation, sentence patterns, and expressions. Then play it again and repeat the sentences aloud. This method will help you speak more clearly and naturally over time. Let's dive into today's conversation.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
Good morning, doctor.
I'm Laura. It's nice to meet you. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
What brings you in today?
Well, I've been feeling really tired lately, and I don't know why. I thought it would be a good idea to get a general checkup just to be safe.
That's a smart decision. When did you first start feeling this unusual tiredness? Has it been going on for a few days or longer?
It actually started about 2 weeks ago. At first, I thought it was just stress from work, but the fatigue hasn't gone away. I feel exhausted even after sleeping for 8 hours.
I see. Do you have any other symptoms? For example, headaches, shortness of breath, chest pain, or any digestive issues?
I've had some mild headaches, especially in the afternoon. I also feel dizzy sometimes when I stand up quickly. No chest pain or stomach problems, though.
Thank you for the details. I'd like to ask a few more questions about your general health and lifestyle. Are you currently taking any medications?
No, I'm not on any medication at the moment.
Any allergies to medications or foods?
None that I know of.
Okay, and how about your diet and physical activity? Do you usually eat balanced meals, and do you exercise regularly?
I try to eat well, but to be honest, I've been skipping meals lately because of work. I also haven't exercised in months. I used to go for walks, but I haven't had the energy recently.
Understood. Sometimes when our routines change, our health is the first to be affected. I'll start with a basic physical exam now. I'll check your blood pressure, heart rate, and oxygen levels. Your blood pressure is a little higher than average. It's 145/92. Your heart rate and oxygen level are normal. Have you ever had high blood pressure before?
Not that I know of. This is the first time I hear that it's high.
It could be temporary, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'd also like to order some blood tests to check your vitamin levels, blood sugar, and cholesterol.
That sounds good. Should I fast before the test?
Yes, please. You'll need to fast for at least 8 hours before we take the blood sample. It's best to come early in the morning without eating breakfast.
All right, I'll do that. When will I get the results?
The results usually take 2 to 3 days. Once they're ready, we can schedule a follow-up appointment to go over everything.
Perfect. Doctor, do you think my fatigue could be something serious?
It's hard to say right now. It might be caused by stress, poor sleep, or even a vitamin deficiency, but once we get the test results, we'll have a clearer picture.
Okay, that makes sense. I just want to make sure I'm not ignoring anything important.
And that's exactly the right mindset. It's always better to check early rather than wait. In the meantime, try to get more rest, eat healthy meals, and avoid too much caffeine.
I appreciate your advice. I'll start making some changes right away.
Excellent. I'll also give you a form to book the blood test. The nurse outside will help you schedule it. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me today?
Not really. I guess I just want to understand why I've been feeling this way. It's starting to affect my work and mood.
I understand. Before we finish, I'd like to ask a few more questions about your lifestyle, if that's all right. Sometimes our daily habits can have a big impact on how we feel physically and mentally.
Of course, go ahead.
Let's start with your sleep. On average, how many hours of sleep are you getting per night?
Honestly, maybe 5 hours. 6 if I'm lucky.
That's quite low. Most adults need between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep. Is there a specific reason you sleep so little?
Well, I tend to stay up late working on my computer. I'm usually in front of a screen until after midnight, sometimes even later. It's become a habit.
I see. Using a computer late at night can disrupt your natural sleep cycle. The blue light from screens affects the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. Do you feel rested when you wake up?
Not really. I usually feel groggy and have trouble concentrating for the first couple of hours.
That's a common sign of sleep deprivation. It could be one of the main reasons for your fatigue and headaches. Do you drink a lot of coffee or energy drinks to stay awake during the day?
Yes. I usually have at least 3 cups of coffee. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, and sometimes another in the evening if I'm working late.
That much caffeine can also interfere with your sleep quality, especially if you're drinking it late in the day. Have you tried cutting back?
Not seriously. I always feel like I need the boost just to function.
That's understandable, but it becomes a cycle. Poor sleep leads to tiredness, so you drink more caffeine, which then affects your sleep again. Let me ask you something else. Do you smoke?
Yes, I do. Not a lot, but I smoke a few cigarettes a day. I know it's not good for me.
Thank you for being honest. Even a few cigarettes per day can affect your energy levels, lung function, and increase your risk of many health issues. How long have you been smoking?
About 10 years now. I've tried to quit a couple of times, but I always go back to it when I feel stressed.
That's very common. Quitting is difficult, especially if it's connected to stress or routine. But there are methods that can help, including nicotine replacement therapy and counseling. Would you be open to exploring some options?
I think so. I never really had proper support before, so maybe that would make a difference.
Great. We can discuss that more during your follow-up. Now, how often do you take breaks during the day, especially when you work long hours on the computer?
Not often. Sometimes I'll work for 3 or 4 hours straight without standing up. I forget to move around.
Sitting for long periods without breaks can also contribute to fatigue, muscle stiffness, and poor circulation. Try to stand up and stretch every hour, even for a few minutes. It helps more than you think.
I guess I need to change a lot of things, don't I?
It's not about changing everything at once. The key is to start small and stay consistent. Improving your sleep, reducing screen time at night, cutting back on caffeine, and seeking help to quit smoking. These can make a huge difference in how you feel overall.
Thank you, doctor. I feel like this conversation has opened my eyes. I wasn't expecting to talk about all of this today, but I'm glad we did.
I'm glad too. Your health is more than just numbers on a test. It's your habits, your sleep, your stress, and how you take care of yourself every day. Let's take it one step at a time.
I'll do my best. I'll start with the blood test and try to sleep earlier tonight.
That's a great start. I'll see you again soon to go over the results, and we'll make a plan together. Take care of yourself, Mr. Michael.
Thank you again, Dr. Laura.
All right, a powerful example of how you can learn English through real conversations from daily life situations. If your goal is to speak English fluently and confidently, improve your English speaking skills, and enjoy natural English conversation practice, this podcast is exactly what you need. By listening to spoken English learning videos from English Podcast Rise, you're building real-world vocabulary, improving your pronunciation, and developing long-term fluency. So keep going, practice your English speaking every day, repeat with the English Podcast Rise playlist, and stay consistent to learn English with podcast episodes that are natural, practical, and truly helpful for real-life conversations. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you found this helpful, and we'll see you next time.